Hello everybody, OCDsaster here, and with Sonic Movie 3 coming out in a year or so, I wanted to go ahead and just dive into Shadow and his design and how awesome I think he looks in 2D and in 3D from the video games, and how I really hope that they get this right for the movie. I have not seen anything yet in regards to what he will look like for the movie, except for that, teaser trailer at the very end, or teaser scene at the after credit scenes of Sonic Movie 2, but that was just for like a quick second, and he was in like a red cryo chamber thing, so we didn't really get a full look at what he's going to look like. I just really hope that they follow the key designs from his character model from where he debuted, which would be Sonic Adventure 2. Now, Sonic Adventure 2's model of Shadow, of course, because of older graphics, did not look the best, especially when he's like smirking or doing like a angry smile. It's really weird seeing Shadow smile in the first game. He does it a lot, but besides that, his overall design is just ingenious. He is basically the dark inverse of Sonic's design. And to start this off, Sonic's design is super good. It's really, really good. And that's the only way that Shadow's works, is because he is basically the mirrored version of Sonic, and that is intentional. But Sonic is supposed to be the representation of cool and fun. So Shadow still has to be cool, but he has to be edgy and dark at the same time. So it's very interesting how they did this. They first did the basic shape. He's a hedgehog still. So they took Sonic's design as a hedgehog and they just inversed his quills, and that alone gives him a more unique look than Sonic, or at least a different look than Sonic, I should say. Then they made him black, but they didn't just make him black, dark colors contrasting with the blue, but then they added this red highlights to the quills, to the top of his head, to the eyelids, to the sides of his shoes, and the side of his legs and arms even, to really make that black pop. Because if they just made him just all black, it would not nearly look as in-depth or as dimensional as it does. So the red really, really helps out. In addition, his eyes are red as well. I think they thought it'd be weird if they just gave him like Sonic's chest, but instead of it being tan, being white, it would look very soft and rounded. So they wanted it to be more like rough and edgy. So they actually gave him a white hairy chest, which is interesting saying that out loud, but it just really works with his design. Not to mention the golden rings around his gloves and his boots. Speaking of his boots, they are hover boots, whereas Sonic just runs with his shoes. Shadow has this futuristic sci-fi tech, which goes back to his origin stories of being created as the ultimate life form. In addition, Sonic has a more uppity, go at it attitude and personality, whereas Shadow is definitely more gruff, grounded, fewer words, edgy. So it's that contrast to Sonic. Sorry. I just really, really love this character, and I really think that if they want to hit it home for the Sonic Movie 3, they really need to hit these highlights and these features of Shadow. Pun intended, because I mentioned the red highlights earlier. His eyes are red. I just think it needs to be the right type of red for the big screen. Also, depending on like the lighting and what sets he's on for the movie, they just need to get that right, along with more detail. We haven't seen Shadow with like fine quill detail and fur detail, so that's going to be interesting, along with that tuft on his chest. Also, going towards the games a little bit, Shadow is basically the same game level design as Sonic, excluding Shadow the Hedgehog, but that's a little bit different, where it's, action adventure, speeding through, boost mechanic, all that kind of stuff. So they keep that grounded and familiar with Sonic, so he doesn't feel too off from Sonic. But he has some extra abilities in there that Sonic doesn't have. He has Chaos Control, Chaos Blast, and like Sonic, can also go into a super form, and these just make Shadow even cooler. He didn't need the guns, they just did that to just take the edginess up to 11. So yeah, I just wanted to gush over Shadow's design real quick and get this out before we see an inevitable teaser trailer or full trailer for Sonic Movie 3, hopefully in the next couple of months, because we're getting closer and closer to that being released. I'm not quite sure what the future for the Sonic movie series is going to be. They said they want it to be like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They said they wanted TV shows and movies, but Paramount's going through a weird thing right now where it's getting it's up for sale because it's in trouble, financial trouble, and a lot of people that are even negotiating to get to pay for it say they want to strip it apart and just kind of dismantle it. So that's a little bit of a more technical side of it, and we'll have to just wait to see what's going on with that. Anyway, I'm OCDsaster, and I hope you have a super sonic rest of your day. See ya.